You have carried your scars like secret maps, lines of defeat traced across your skin, reminders of every time you fractured under pressure. You've hidden them beneath polite smiles, under layers of armor, as though shame might seep through any crack left exposed. But today you will lift the veil and let those ruptures show you the paths you once feared. Each fracture opening into uncharted terrain, each scar a marker guiding you toward your true north. You begin by closing your eyes and sinking into your body, feeling the gentle pulse of old wounds beneath the surface. You sense the memory of every cut, every bruise, every snapped tendon of your confidence. You lean into the tender places, both physical and emotional, and you whisper, "Show me what you carry." And in the hush of your soul, you hear the first faint echo, the ache of longing you silenced when you chose the safer road. You trace a scar from shoulder to collarbone, a souvenir of a failed risk you vowed never to repeat. You breathe into its contour, feeling the sinew of fear and regret woven into its fiber. But as you lean in, you notice something else. Along that same line, a tiny spark of courage once glowed, the moment you dared to step outside your comfort. You realize this scar contains both halves of your story, the pain of falling and the valor of daring. You bow your head and offer gratitude to that spark, recognizing it as the compass point that still whispers, "Here lies your edge." You let your fingers drift to a smaller, older scar on your wrist, the time you were betrayed by someone you trusted. The memory twists fresh behind your ribs, but you don't recoil. You cradle that hurt like a bitter fruit, tasting its tang. And as you hold it, you sense a seed within its core, the lesson of discernment, of boundaries hard-earned. You understand that without that fracture, you would still wander blindly, vulnerable to every new deception. You bow at your own resilience and swear to guard your boundaries with the fierceness only you can muster. You scan your body, invisible fractures etched across your heart, each one marking a moment when the world demanded you break. You pause at a place you rarely visit, the hollow where you nearly gave up on yourself. You feel the absence, the echo of your abandoned promise. You inhale deeply, drawing courage from the marrow of your bones, and you whisper, "I am still here." In that affirmation, you feel the wound shift, its empty space pulsing with reinvigorated purpose. You step into movement, carrying those scars with you as you walk through the silent corridors of your past. Each step echoes against the walls of memory, a misstep, a heartbreak, a failure that reshaped you. Instead of turning away, you lean toward each echo and lay your hand against the stone. You whisper to them, "Thank you for the direction you offer." And with each prayer, the corridor ahead brightens, illuminated by the map drawn in your flesh. You emerge into a clearing of possibilities, a space where the scars no longer feel like flaws but like signposts pointing true. You reach out and touch the air as though reading an invisible map. You feel the pull of a new horizon, a choice you once skipped for practicality. You allow yourself to step toward it, trusting the fractures that brought you here. You spend a moment honoring each scar's revelation, giving each one a name: courage, wisdom, boundaries, resilience. You let them fill your chest like a constellation guiding your path. You decide to weave those names into your daily journey. Each dawn, you will stand before the mirror and trace one scar, speak its name, and ask how it can guide today's choice. You will carry that wisdom into every meeting, every conversation, every quiet minute of decision. When you face a fork in the road, you will feel the gentle tug of a scar that once warned you against complacency or promised you protection. You will pause, listen, and then walk the path it illuminates. You know the world will still chafe against your raw edges. You will still encounter moments that grind you down, attempting to carve new wounds into your soft places. But you have learned the alchemy. Each fracture, once seen as an end, becomes a compass for what lies beyond. You will greet new breaks with curiosity rather than fear, asking, "What direction do you point me now?" And each time, you will discover unexplored facets of your own becoming. You lift your gaze to the sky above, noting how the moon's light is shaped by craters, its own fragments of cosmic collisions. You see how each crater becomes a feature that lights the night. You feel kinship with that celestial body, understanding that beauty emerges not from unbroken surfaces but from the narrative etched into every crevice. You breathe deep, carrying that sense of cosmic solidarity into your veins. You close the circle of this ritual by placing your palm over the largest scar on your chest, the one you thought would swallow you whole. You press it gently and feel the warmth of new life beneath the scar tissue. You whisper, "My compass is here." You stand tall, letting the healing power of acknowledgement firm your stance. You are no longer shaped only by the wounds you bear but by the paths they reveal. You step forward into the world, each movement charted by the map of your scars. You will still traverse darkness, still risk new fractures, still gather fresh scars. But you will carry them boldly, weaving them into your tapestry of meaning. You will allow them to guide you toward dreams you once believed unreachable, toward connections you once feared would break you, toward the uncharted terrain of your own becoming. You walk with confident steps, knowing every fracture you bear is not a mark of what broke you, but a signpost to where you must go next.